You can see the Celtics sitting atop the East, followed by the Kawhi-less Raptors, surprising Miami Heat Bucks, and then the Sixers. Max?
Yep.
You sold on these Celtics?
Yeah, I thought they were going to be sneaky good this year because of the absence of Kyrie Irving and the replacement of him with Kemba Walker, who is not quite the player Kyrie is on the floor, although the best approximation of Kyrie in the NBA. Like, if you want to say, who's the guy who can do a lot of the things that Kyrie can do, maybe not quite as well, it's Kemba Walker. But more than that, in the locker room, I thought Kemba would be an improvement over Kyrie. You even heard Gordon Hayward say it today or yesterday, former teammate of Kyrie's, who claims he's not a Kyrie basher and says nice things about him, and it's been brought to light recently, he's kind of up and down, high and low with Kyrie emotionally, and that could be maybe not the best personality for a leader. And Kemba is consistent. And when Kyrie says, yeah, everyone's up and down emotionally, he's not wrong. It's not everyone's a leader. It's a rare thing, in fact. But Kemba seems to have that rare leadership quality. And what it means, Stephen A., is the team, the younger players, are able to grow because there's not one guy sucking all the oxygen out of the room. And like you talked about Gordon Hayward a lot and how the coach sided with Hayward and that ruffled feathers and da-da-da. Meantime, Gordon Hayward, and I know he was healthier until he got hurt again, and apparently he's only going to be out for 6 weeks, not season ending. But Hayward was having a great year. And that didn't interfere with the development of Tatum, who's the number one reason I thought they'd be good. I thought Tatum would blossom, and I think he's a potential franchise player, and Jaylen Brown. And now all of a sudden you look at the team, Stephen A., the ball's moving. They seem to be having more fun. Like, I don't think it's coincidental that not last season, but the season before last, pre-Kyrie, the Celtics got farther and did better and seemed to like each other more on the court when Kyrie was gone, right? And then when he gets back the next year, they have less success in the playoffs with him. And now this year, they're back to the kind of ascending team they were before Kyrie got there. Now, that's not to say Kyrie's not great. He's putting on a show in Brooklyn, although now he may be hurt. He's putting on a show in Brooklyn. Love watching Kyrie play. But that has unequivocally been the influence so far. You drop Kyrie into the mix, the team does worse. You take him out, this team, the Celtics team, does better.
So you're saying leadership and chemistry?
No doubt.
Stephen A.?
I think Max is so flagrantly wrong here that it's insulting because I think you're being incredibly unfair to Kyrie Irving. Let's take into account what I said. Don't just throw it out there and just bypass it. Actually, I do appreciate you actually doing that. I apologize for that. I actually appreciate you doing that. Leave that to me. I'm going to reiterate my point from last year. Gordon Hayward signs a $131 million contract with the Boston Celtics. Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens brought him on board. Right choice, absolutely. Great guy, good person, and a damn good player coming from Utah. He has a nasty, nasty injury to the point where in the first game in Cleveland, first 5 months as a Boston Celtics in the regular season, D. Wade is a Cleveland Cavalier at the time. He immediately gets on his knees and prays. LeBron covers his face. J.R. Smith and others are just running away cringing because of how nasty the knee injury was. And then last year he comes back, and before a game is played, when he's clearly getting smoked in practice, because he's not ready physically, you take him and you insert him into the starting lineup. That's where the disruption began. Kyrie didn't help once he had a death in the family and that affected him, but it doesn't negate the fact that that factored into the equation. Who did it affect most? It affected Jaylen Brown. It affected Jason Tatum. That's what Kyrie was without because those guys were compromised because of Gordon Hayward. So we fast forward to this year. Kemba Walker, without question, the quintessential replacement to Kyrie because he's almost like a poor version of Kyrie, but not that poor at all because Kemba's a bad brother. What happens? We got Jaylen Brown right here shooting 52% from the field and averaging 20 a game. We have Jason Tatum, although shooting 39%, still averaging about 19. Gordon Hayward, hold on, Gordon Hayward. Let's bring that name up. Before he gets hurt, he's healthy this year. We talked about how much better he was going to be. Do you realize that Gordon Hayward, before he went down with this hand, was shooting 55% from the field. If that Gordon Hayward was there last year, how good would Boston have been?
Why do you think everyone's shooting well from the field? Like, you have to look at all the evidence.
Gordon Hayward was hurt, Max.
I understand, but everyone's shooting better now because the ball is moving more, because they like playing with each other, because they have a leader who's even-keeled, who's approachable, who's encouraging. Stephen A., look what happened when Kyrie got hurt a couple years ago. The Celtics went on a playoff run. They improved. Then he came back the following season. They got worse. Now he's gone. They've gotten better again. Hayward is not the variable you can isolate. Huh?
What were they doing before the playoff run the year Kyrie Irving got hurt? Before they got to the playoffs, they were bowling at that time, too.
But they got better without him. Look, Stephen A., it's not that Kyrie's not a championship player or a fit on any team. It's with this Celtics team. They had young players who needed to grow, who are better off with Kemba than Kyrie.
It sounds like Stephen A's focus more on Hayward and your focus more on Kyrie.
Max's point would be easier to absorb if he didn't spend so much time ignoring the collateral damage instantly inserting Gordon Hayward into the lineup caused this team. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.